sure that the air conditioner isn't too loud. I can't hear you. I sure hope so. Okay, cool. No. I don't know what. Okay, I clicked the. I'm trying to figure out how to. You know what? I'm not going to press any more buttons. We're live! Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations, and in today's live stream, I'm going to be sculpting some dragon heads. So we are starting with utilizing 2 of the dragon heads that we have left over from previous years that didn't sell, didn't find new homes, and quite frankly, were a little like, they weren't balanced that well for wearing on the head. So I figured we'd go ahead and try to prototype out a new like mechanism for wearing it. And for those of y'all who were watching our Kick live streams, we went through quite a few different prototypes. Like we had like the leather helmet thing and some other stuff that, you know, with varying degrees of success, but I think we have made it to I wish whenever I clicked on buttons, it would just load. Like the tablet's having such a hard time.
I can hear you, but I can also hear you much louder.
Okay. Is it disruptively loud that the air conditioner's going? Okay. I apologize in advance, you guys, on if the audio quality isn't great. We're gonna kind of just have to go with it because it is hot AF. And so I've got the air conditioner going right here. Please open. Click, click. Randy, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know, but whenever I click it, it won't open. That's a good idea. Pardon me while I have technical difficulties. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Walk in the Rain. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Man Bros. Hey, Little Sprite. Hey, Tech. Hey, Kayla. How are all? Oh, the sound's good? Excellent. I'm gonna try to get. Oh, well, no, I have like 70 tabs open. Give me just a sec. Meanwhile, I'm here being like, do it faster, tablet. I'm just clicking on it, and it's going. I'm so sorry, technology. All right, there we go. Well, hey, Rishav, how's it going? Hit the like button on the way to your seat, please. We are in southwestern Missouri. Let me make sure to get this set to where I can read all y'all's chat. There we go. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is, these are the bases. If this, pretend with me, if this is a human head, it's going to go on like this. And then we got these, y'all, these are the straps that go on. Hey, baby, are you able to mod for me? I think, actually, my husband and I had a conversation about this morning because I'm very bad at math. I am currently 36. But I found these straps that, like, how you would use for, like, on a wig, but it's got this really cool, easy to use little hooky part. So I'm gonna be just going through a day in the craft room with you guys. That was a human head. It now has a headache. Well, same. Let me get, I'm rummaging for some safety pans. We'll need 2 per head, and I've got 3 heads that we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are purely temporary. We'll be adding more in, like I'll be hand sewing later. But let's go ahead and get this so you can see what's going on. Hey, Mandeep, how's it going? Packing fake orders. Nice. Oh, I'm already married. Thank you, though. So these have a loop, too, that we've set up with the foam so that I can thread through right here. And then we'll bring this up and around, and that's actually going to be where I hook through. I was out of D-rings, so I have to use these key rings, but I think that'll be just fine. Hey Katie, how's it going? Watching from Hawaii, right on. Oh, please don't stab myself with the safety pin. All right. So for those of y'all who've been keeping up with the dragon sculpting that we had been doing the past couple of, was it 3 or 4 weeks now? We finally got the molds and stuff and everything. I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well today. It's been a little bit of a doozy of a day. We're getting our shop update prepped for this coming Monday. I still have a couple of tutorials that I need to record, but I don't think that's getting done today. I did a bunch of gardening this morning. So here you can see, and now it's puckered a little funny, but that'll be fine. So there's one head done. Is that gonna work? Are these the same length? I don't know. But yes, you can see here. Yeah, that's the same length. This is the steampunk dragon head that we had made, you guys. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. You should see it under a black light. But I wanted it to be more. So I've added in these horns. They're gazelle horns. Not real ones, but it's got so much silicone on it still, and I'm gonna have to use some more hot glue by the power of hot glue. But yeah, so this way you can kind of get an idea and see how it starts as this, and then we're gonna be building we're going to be building more dragon heads up on top of it. But fortunately, I already have my glue gun set and ready to go. Now that's the only thing, is the hot glue doesn't really stick to this urethane foam very well, which kind of bums me out because hot glue is my go-to glue for kind of piecing things together before I go through and do the sculpt over. So we'll kind of have to see how that goes. You okay, honey? Michelle says, oh, she's very happily married. I don't know. I'm thinking about starting my harem era. Do you know how to make chainmail? Is it?
Willing to learn?
Hey, honey, are you ready for some brother husbands? If they make chainmail too, Randy's just going, I don't know. Can they learn to make chainmail? Oh, I love the green as well walk. How are y'all doing today? What have you been up? Wait, do you mean Randy got me this, and I absolutely love it because I don't know, it makes me feel sassy and silly, and I love it. I love being silly. But I wanted to test and see if it was a good fit, because if it starts to bother me, like some outfits, they'll be super cute, but you have to like fix them all the time. And so I'm test wearing it to see if it'll be good for incorporating into a costume for in the booth. Oh my goodness gracious. Hawk, yes, I did. Okay, so you guys, for everybody who's coming to the camp along, it's a no-go on the horseback riding. Hawk, thank you so much for doing the research that you did. Camera's falling down. Because there's no horseback riding. So there's that. Today, hey Rich, today I am making a dragon like headdress. Now, it's not gonna sit right on me right now because I've got my hair in a particular way, but I love them. And so we're just working on a couple of different dragon heads. Well, thank you so much. Goodness gracious, y'all. Randy, thank you for modding for me. But yeah, y'all, okay. So this will be the next one that we make. So, do you remember the dragon head that we sculpted, you guys? And the little scaly horns? We finally got the molds done. And then we were able to, this is how the dragon skull came out. So, and I wish I could demonstrate to you how lightweight this is. It's still a little heavy, but I mean, it can't be zero grab, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to have some weight to it, I suppose. All right, so I'm going to be doing 2 more. I want to get the straps onto all the bases first. Well, thank you so much. I don't even know what modern monetary theory is. Well, thank you, Denise. It's a little disheveled right now because I just tried to put a helmet on, but that's fine. Yeah, I like to attach them where the little hook part is down. I don't know why, that just seems to be in my head. That's the way to do it. So, back to the project. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. Well, thank you. Gracias. Mwah. But yeah, I'm just doing the safety pins. It helps keep it on the headdress, like on the mannequin, and then whenever I start doing the sculpting and stuff, I'm actually going to be taking the elastic off that way because I don't want to get the freeform air on it. How many heads did you... Oh, yeah, let me see. Hawk asks, how many heads did you get completed? None so far. Like, so I'm working on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm working on 5. And then I'll need to cut and barge cement, because that's the adhesive that I'm using on this EVA foam, you guys. You can see like the seams here. I use the barge cement, and that way we don't have the added weight or bulk of the hot glue. But yeah, and I love this because it doesn't put pressure right on the temple. It's like coming across right above that. And we're actually going to be getting like, are any of y'all familiar with like the padding that would be inside motorcycle helmets or like airsoft mask helmets? It's the padding for inside of those. So there'll be like little padding strips and stuff inside of there, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Well, hey Thanos. Oh snap. And last one, and then I like to do them in batches, that way I can then put away. Ooh, that's not where that goes either. Okay, they'll go in here for now. Okay, Randy, are you able to make note that we are completely out of D-rings? Thank you. Okay, last one. I don't know why I have the Fairly Odd Parents theme song stuck in my head, but I'm having... Brandy and I went on a really nice date, probably a couple weeks ago at this point, but I still like thinking about it. Did y'all know that on Tuesday at CC's Pizza, they have like a happy hour where you can eat all the pizza you want, and they actually have a decent salad bar too, so I can like sneak in some vegetables. But But it's like, what, $6 or $8 per person?
Yes.
It's something like that. And you can just eat pizza. And so we both sat on the same side of the booth where we could watch the TV, and we just watched the Fairly Odd Parents and ate crappy cheap pizza, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, and that's, I don't even remember what episode it was that was on, but I'm digging it. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that type of padding. I find that unless you make a liner band for those, it's really easy to gunk those helmet pad liners up. Oh, now that's something really good to know. Barbie says, did you make your earrings? Can we get a closer look? Barbie, I didn't make these. My friend Holly gave these to me whenever I was teaching a leather mask workshop at Tandy Leather in Springfield, Missouri. And she and a couple other folks came out and like to meet me and to take the class. And she gave me this really generous gift of, I have a matching bracelet, but I don't like to wear bracelets when I'm sculpting. It is Wanda and Cosmo colors. Smash. Next question. What are we smashing? Okay, so that one's done and ready. Time to hot glue it all together. This one's hip. Now, fortunately, the glass skull has like a little center line that makes it slightly easier to line things up, but it's also not completely centered, so that's fine. And I don't know how far forward or back I would like these pieces, because if you have it too far forward, it's going to be too much in your line of sight. But if we have it too far back, I don't want it to just be like derp, you know. So I guess we're gonna have to do some research, you guys. Oh, Ronnie says, hello, been watching you for a while, but never spoke. Love watching you guys. Oh, well, hey, Ronnie, thank you so much for coming in to hang out with us. We're gonna try on this cap real quick, because you can see, I feel like Robin Hood. My favorite way of doing this actually is to split my hair into like two, and then that way when we come down this way, do what, babe?
Well,
Yeah.
I like some of my hair.
Well, it helps keep you have short hair, honey. You're trolling me, aren't you?
What?
Babe, put yourself in timeout, please. Okay. So you can kind of see then how that would sit through the back. Let me tuck my emo bangs up out the way. Yeah, that's good. Y'all, please don't take me too seriously. I certainly don't. How's this? Randy, what do you think? Is it too far forward? I feel like that's too far forward. I'm just acting out for attention.
Well, it's not on screen, first off.
What do you think?
I think a bit forward. You're not really going to have room for horns.
Because then the horns are gonna sit. Sorry, mirror mode, you guys. Hey, Pinky, how's it going? Ooh, that's pretty cute. What do you think, baby? Huh?
Sure.
It will. I mean, I value your feedback, but if it looks ridiculous,
I don't know.
you don't know? All right. Randy's like, let her cook. And I'm like, careful. Because one time I made brownies with black beans in them. Do you remember that? That's what happens when you don't give me honest feedback. He won't even look at me. Well, I think that's perfect. So we're going to go with it. Well, thank you, Pinky. Randy got it for me because I want to dress up like a raver, like fairy. And what am I talking about? I'll miss going to raves. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So now I just have to get this off of my head. Ooh, okay. Also, black bean brownies, I'd try it. It was pretty good. Like, you gotta have an open mind. I'm gonna be honest. So it's about an inch forward from the center point, and I can set that down.
Some questions.
Do what, Becky?
You have missed some questions.
Oh, what questions did I miss? Let me see. Yep. Where did you get the forms, or did you make those too? Terry, we made those. We sculpted them over some Crazy Bones, like, have you been to, like, Joanne Fabrics back when that existed, or Michael's, during Halloween, and all the, like, fake bone stuff that they have? This is, like, there's this one, and then a gazelle head, and then a ram skull that are my favorites. And for a long time, those are what I used as the cores for our dragon heads, like how you see back there. But it was kind of limiting, and also it's hard to find them now, and they're getting more expensive. So I was like, let's sculpt our own. So we used, he's got some crud on him, but we used monster clay. Yo, like, he got some boogies. Let me pick a snodge real quick. Monster clay is an oil-based clay, so it never cures or bakes or anything, but it's really easy to heat it up just with your own body temperature, or I do it in the microwave. And so we sculpted it so that it and then we made molds of it. I'll show you the mold because it came out awesome. Odd parents, fairly odd parents. Do 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 do. Okay, so this is the back plate. Freeform air, super lightweight. I love it. And then, so this is what we pour. It's a product called Foam It by Smooth On. And it's an expanding polyurethane foam. And it's rigid, which is nice because I can't be having my skulls flopping or flexing. And then we gave it little cauldron feet so it would sit flat on the table. Hey, Tay, well, thank you. And that was, honestly, that was super duper challenging because I'm not good at following instructions. And mold making is very intimidating to me. Hey, Saki girl, how's it going? Happy Friday. Do you know what rage bait is? Is it what you are doing right now? What would you be rage baiting about? I'm making dragon heads. I don't know what you're talking about. So, did you ever get the horns and heads attached the way the original one went together from the molds? I did not. I gave up on that almost immediately. As soon as I got it finished sculpting it, I was like, this is too much work, and now they're just flat on the bottom. So, but because the way that the urethane foam expands anyways, it like, oh, I've got a cutoff that I can show you. You can see the little growth lines, how it comes out like that. And so we use just a saw, and it's got a hair on it. And then we saw it off, and then I used the belt sander to shape it down a little bit more because we're going to be sculpting to build up. Can we all go trick-or-treating? Yes! Unless that's like weird internet slang for something. Saki girl says, oh, I've been wondering how the dragon molds were. They're working out pretty well. Apparently you're supposed to use mold release, so that's really helpful to know. Fortunately we had some. But yeah, so we sculpted our own bases, and now we can get to it. Hot glue. Ooh. I hope it sticks. Let's see. I'm gonna get the camera flipped around so that you all can get a better look at what's actually happening. I hope, because once we get into the thick of this, I'm going to have clay on my hands and I'm not going to be able to change the camera angle again. So if it's not a good angle, be sure to let me know. Otherwise, you're stuck with it. Terry says, thank you, Randy. Would you put those foam materials in the notes? Thanks so much. Oh, well, we'll be putting them into the video description after the live stream. So Foam at 8 is the, oh, I can actually grab you the, all right, so this is the product that we use. The company that we got all of our mold making stuff from is Smooth On. We used Rebound 25 is the silicone because it's a brush on silicone. And then I used foam. Huh? Is it backwards? Yeah. Good luck. Be dyslexic. Foam at 8 is the one that I used. Though we do have some of the Foam at 4 black, and we'll have to see how that goes, but screenshot it and then flip it or something. You're clever. You can figure this out. I'm sending a hydrate. Okay, that's a good point. Hydrate your noodles, y'all. Okay. We're flipping the camera around. Oh my god, I'm not even plugged in. Sorry for the loud noises. Oh, that's my ceiling. Gotta stick the charger. Are you seasick yet? Do you want to be? Michelle says, Lamau, I am dyslexic. Be dyslexic harder. Oh, Jarno asks, is this your job or just a passion project? This is actually, among other things, our job. We started our own business, my husband and I did, back in 2008. And we started with handmade jewelry, like chainmail and wire wrapping and polymer clay and beading and macrame, basically anything I could get my hands on. Our dreams were, I wanted to be artsy fartsy and my husband wanted to be his own boss. And now we both work for the cat in the algorithm. So, you know, you never know how your dreams are going to take form. But no, that was back in 2008. So we've been evolving and just kind of doing whatever we feel. Ow! Ouch, that's hot. Ow! Oh gosh, it's on both. How? Oh, Vaughn. What have I done? I'm gluing myself to the project. What are you doing? How are you doing today? Everything's fine here. Spider-Man. Oh, heck. Okay. Well, and it occurs to me, I don't have to have it be this way. Oh, Lord. Also, pro tip, you do not have to be good at what you're doing to be a professional at it. Behold. That's how it starts with a dream. That's how I started 41 years ago. Oh, that's amazing, Hawk. All right, so I'm going to try to de-goop my situation here. That did not work out as well as I wanted. Hey, baby, where's that saw at? If I draw a line on this, will you belt sand it down for me on the front porch? Oh, thank you. All right. Sharpie. Barbie says, how are the tie-dye projects coming along? We have not had an opportunity to do any new tie-dye. It's really held our whole production up that we do not have a hose that works. So if we're going to do our tie-dye, it's going to take over the entire kitchen. Also, for posterity's sake, we used 130 grams of part A and 65 grams of part B of the Foam at 8 for this design. Though apparently the temperature and the humidity and all sorts of stuff can affect how the foam expands. So some days we need to use more foam and some days we need to use less foam. Okay. Yep. And that way it's going to sit. I don't know, we're going to try it. Now, careful, because the belt sander eats through it pretty quick. I'm covered in hot glue. Thank you, baby. You're the greatest. Okay, I'm studying to be a computer nerd, but this looks really cool as well. I'm going to be honest, if I had any marketable skills at all, I would work corporate and fund my hobby, because the financial stress of being professionally creative is a real challenge. But, you know, we're good at doing difficult things. So... Terry, hey Terry, she says, I've watched you for years. You still got it going on. Well, shit, thank you. You're very sweet. But yeah, so we haven't done any more tie-dye Barbie. We also don't have any money right now to buy more blanks of the design that you were interested in. But we do have some circle skirts. That'll be our next batch of things that we are able to dye, is going to be circle skirts. That is true. Jarno says, no one said life is easy. Well, and it was something that I didn't really mind it as much, but until I got a hand injury and wasn't really able to craft at my best for like 2 years. And so having to just work through the injury like that with, like, we don't have workers' comp, we don't have any of those things. So there's nothing wrong with having something that you enjoy be a hobby. So, because there's probably some hobbyists right now who are making more money at what they do as a hobby than what I'm doing as a professional. So, hot glue spider webs, is that a thing? Do a tutorial. Maybe. Okay, so Randy's got the belt sander going. So my thinking is that we'll have that mounted. And then I'm going to probably end up needing to chop off just a little bit on each of these sides. But no, I remember I didn't think it was a lie at the time, but the lie I told my Randy whenever I was convincing him that we should start our own business was, think of all the free time we'll have. Thank you.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yes. Because do you see how it sits a little lower now?
Yeah.
That's perfect, honey. Thank you. All right. So we're going to do a bunch of hot glue.
Yeah. I don't put hot glue on it if I'm supposed to sneak it.
Oh, okay. Does the hot glue not react well?
Well, it reheats.
Oh. That's good to know. The more you know. I'm using the little taper darts that we did on each of the temples to get the shaping of the dome as like a reference point to make sure that our positioning is good. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, that looks pretty good. Flashback to the times of knights and castles. Ooh, okay. Randy says you could tell it's the past because everything's sepia toned. So I just hold it in place till the hot glue sets up, and then we'll be packing in a little bit more hot glue. And I use hot glue here instead of a lighter or less bulky glue because hot glue fills the void, as well as I don't really have to wait for it to cure. I just have to wait for it to harden up, which sitting in front of the air conditioner hopefully will help that move right along. Glue gun, hot glue gun. Hot glue gun, you're right. Is that a giant glue stick? It looks huge. Yeah, I like big glue sticks because I use a lot of glue. Thank you, babe. Ooh, what if you made some of them that came down the neck more in a chin strap for the jaw? Ooh, now that would be really cool. Well, I hadn't considered that. That's a really good idea, though. Maybe if I blow on it. Please cure faster. And now all of this is, we're just doing think of this as the bones and tendons and fascia of the piece. Because then we'll be adding in the meat and muscle with the freeform air. There we are. Ooh, and lights. Oh, that would be so cool. Hey Sarah, how are you doing today? Day off of work. That's nice. Pet the glue. Pet the glue. Okay, so now I can start thinking about how we want our horns to join. Actually, I don't think I'm going to need any removed from the horns at all. Do I have any T-pins to spare? So these are like T-pins. I like them for quilting and pinning wigs to cork heads. Yeah, for future ideas. Well, and just to... Actually, I've got a business card here. You can't see it in this business card, but that Spyro the dragon, all of the there were lights behind the eyes, and on each of the like horns, like the lights down, like the spikes on the bracer lit up. So we've put LEDs and things before. Smaller lumpy spikes. Ooh. Love how you take advice of people even when you're a professional. I know a lot of people in the infotech think they know everything. Oh Lord. I'm gonna be honest, I started teaching on YouTube and at like panels and stuff at conventions, and I have learned way more than I feel like I've ever had to offer as a teacher. I prefer to be a student. And y'all are, I mean, folks are so creative. You don't have to be like crap in art to be a creative person. Like a lot, so you know, y'all have ideas and stuff that I might have never come up with. All right, let's see. I've not tried this with the T-pins before, so wish me luck. I hope it didn't ruin everything, but I didn't want to rely on just hot glue to get things joined together. My husband says, just remember, we're all counting on it. Okay. So there's one pin. There we go. That's a start. And these are just going to hold it on there for me until the best teachers are always learning. I'll do my best to remember that. Ooh, Sarah says, how about smaller lumpy spikes? Where are you thinking? What you buying? Oh, one of these horns is way thicker than the other. That's okay. Because I'm going to be beefing these up and sculpting them on with the freeform air. Oh, that didn't even go in at all. Oops. Man, that's in there. Alright. Ooh. And I checked the tips. Are we able to zoom out anymore? Not really. Okay. Well, just to, especially in orientation of how close they are to the head, to try to get it to be, you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but I'm gonna try my best. That's all I can do. Ooh, along the brow ridge to the horns. Okay, I like that idea. I like that idea a bunch. Okay, get in there. Whoa. It still didn't go in. God bless Captain America. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I like to think that if I just keep saying okay, it'll just work. Let me grab... Did I put them away or did I lose them? Okay, they're there. It's a great saying, Rain. I'm going to use that if you don't mind. Ooh, have you ever done a HTTYD? I don't know what that is. I hate to ask you to type more, but I'm not in a position to just Google it my own self. There we go. Oh no, one of them's way more forward than the other. Wow, that really does a good job of sticking. Oh, How to Train Your Dragon. Ooh. No, I haven't done, not specifically. Now, we've been making Viking-esque looking stuff, like leather with fur and Celtic knots and things that could probably look like they could easily fit into that universe for a while. But I've never done like a specific cosplay or costume or anything like that. But that'd be really cool. I loved I haven't watched the new one. I don't even know if it's out yet. Oh, honey, what do you think? I don't even know if I like it at all. No, they're not very... Oh, I think I'm going to lower them down to where they're closer to the cap.
Okay.
Hey, Lily, how are you doing today? Hey, Brenda. Okay. Oof. And this is why I use the T-pins instead of oh gosh, there were a bunch of them. Okay. Instead of fighting around with the hot glue, is it lets me test it. Ooh, yeah, I like that better. All right, time to mess around with the hot glue because I want to. Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of remakes because it's like, I just liked the original, you know. I like new and exciting and fun stories, not necessarily just retellings of... Yeah, having them be a little more down. I enjoy that. Really? Audiobooks of How to Train Your Dragon? Read by David Tennant? Okay. Thank you for the recommendation, Joe, because we love audiobooks. We're currently re-listening back through all of the Dresden Files, and I think we're on Grave Peril right now. We've got like 6 more hours of Grave Peril. Well, hey, baby, how's it going? Did you just...
No, I said it's the third book.
Oh, the third book? It is? Because there's Stormfront, and then Full Moon, and then Grave Peril. You're right. What's the next one? Ah. Okay, we'll have to get done with this one before getting ahead of ourselves. Sorry, I know that it's riveting to watch hot glue cure. Hey, Stunna. Right? Alright, so now I think I can get away with just using one T-pin just to hold this dough together. While the hot glue sets up. Yeah, I like that so much. Okay. What up, baby? That's terrible. Oh no. I broke both pairs of loopers this week. Just ordered some new ones. Well, I did use them for 7 years. Oh my gosh, huh? You have like 2 different sizes of loopers that you use? Alright, let's glob some hot glue on here. Odd parents, very odd parents, ham and cheese and herp and derbies. I don't know the words, honey. I apologize. Do what, babe?
I don't even know who I'm married to.
Right? Okay, so there's that. Getting myself hot glued. Looking for adventure. And now what I'm gonna do? What, babe?
Did you salvage the spring from the one that spring?
Oh, Randy's asking if you're able to salvage the spring from one for the other. Gotcha. Jarno says, I don't know what loopers are, but I hope they're not too expensive. I don't think there's anything in the jewelry world that's like real affordable. One pair, the spring broke, and the other the little hook broke. Oof. Okay. So we've got that set up while the glue dries. I'm going to take my handy dandy marker. And let me know if this is what you were thinking with the bumpy nubs. Because I love a good, let's see. Ooh, I can actually show you guys. We've got a gallery. Oh no, what'd I touch? Would it be under the overlays, babe? The Dragon Head Gallery? Yeah. I found it. Okay. Yeah, so ignore the be right back on the screen. But these are some of the dragon heads that we had made in the past. And so with some of them, like this is what that's gonna grow up to be one day. I hope that. I really loved that one. Ooh, and then the mushrooms all glow in the dark. And I love using real fossils. Some of them we flesh out to be dragons. Some of them I have them be more like bony and stuff, looking more like skulls, I guess. And this one is kind of, I wanted to do a big brother to this one. This one I had named Lava, and today I think we're gonna make Magma. And so, but yeah, so lots of different details and twisty horns. I really loved that one. So yeah, so those are some of the things, just to show you an example of what it hopefully will look like one day.
I'd say about a week.
It takes us about a week, says Randy, to make a dragon head. So, but I was thinking about having it be just little like plates. So whenever I do them in a diamond like this, I'm gonna have that be slightly pointed. So it'll be, oh, here's a good example. Like a little spike. And they'll be smaller building to larger. What was it? We just talked about this. 36. I'm 36 years old and a half. No, I turn 37 in a couple of months. I'm pretty excited. It's good to be alive. And now I'm just kind of doodling ideas. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, oh, we could add some teeth and stuff to this. I am a professional artist. Most of the time I make jewelry. Like the piece that I'm wearing. We make our own fused glass, and then I do like wire wrapping and stuff. And I really like to teach tutorials so that other folks can learn how to make it if they want to make something. And so I'm gonna have like a bigger horn and then a smaller. So these were some that I had like sculpted and made casts of, but then the tips broke off. Hey Itzy, how are you doing? Oh, since 2008. My husband and I have been running our own business. We used to travel around to like 30 some odd conventions a year. Oh, that's gonna look neat. Because what I'm gonna do is once I know how many horns I want for something, I can cast them with resin. That way they can be glow in the dark. Everything is okay. It was the thing that we plug into, and then when we press the button, it turns stuff on. So I like to use these glow powders mixed into, what's it called? It's Smooth Cast 300. It's a color match by Smooth On, but you could use any kind of 2-part epoxy resin. But I like the clear stuff because I can mix in glow pigments, and we'll do a 2-part pour. That way half of it's the orange glow and half of it's the gold glow, which is like a slightly less orange. Ooh, what was your inspiration? Oh, I love this. Thank you. I love when people ask questions because it gives me something to talk about. I don't know. I wanted to wear shiny rocks on my body, and then I'd made a necklace out of like some acorns and literal dental floss. And the lady at our bank at the time, her name's Judy. She's amazing. She saw my necklace and commented on it, and I was just chit-chatting with her and then about, getting into making jewelry, like, because I knew it was childish and silly, but I was loving it. And she gave us, the next time we went in, she had this big old bag of like, here, if it's story time, I'm gonna flip this around and chit-chat with y'all. She gave us this big old bag of like, my horns! Broken jewelry. Like, she was like, I got this at an antique or an estate sale or something, and she was like, if you repair, there was this like branch coral necklace in it that was really nice, like vintage stuff. She's like, if you restring that for me, you can keep the rest of the bag. And I was like, so 100%. I got some proper like, I had got like, I think it was it at the library, or did you just buy it for me? That beading book that was like, it had some different wire wrapping techniques, some different beadings, some different macrame. Out of Barnes and Noble, I got my first in Huntsville, Alabama. I got my first jewelry making book, and so I wanted to do it right because she was so generous to just give us this bag of jewelry, and then we just kept making stuff, and macrame was nice because I could use whatever I found, and just like, you could use just yarn to make macrame. And then Randy got me a chainmail kit as like a birthday present, I think, because by like Halloween, I was like, I made 80 bracelets and I don't wear bracelets. And his dad, Randy, my father-in-law now, told me about the Lincoln County Art Center, like the Lincoln County Art League, because they did the Host of Christmas Past, which for like $20 a year back then, you could be a member, and members get to set up a booth for free. And so I was like, well, let's do that, because the mom and pop shop that I had worked at was closing down. This was 2008. And then, hey, Enchanted, how's it going? And then, the town that we lived in, whenever the factory did layoffs, Randy would have to go work at Walmart or Fred's or something until the factory was hiring again. And so we were like broke all the time. And I was like, well, I mean, if I can, let's try it. We're broke already. We may as well. And and I'm not flashing cash or nothing, y'all, but we made $500 in a weekend, which that was more than a 2-week check. And we were like, what? And so, we're in the wrong profession is what we were thinking at the time. So we did another craft show, and we made like $200, but it was still, and we hadn't quit our day jobs at that point.
That was like a $15 entry fee.
Yeah, and that way it was like $15 for the booth. It was Christmas in Lynchburg. We were set up like in the book depot. Like the town didn't even have a library. It had a book depot. So it was invigorating, but it started to like fan the flames of this dream that we had, that maybe we could make it work. Maybe just not having to be stuck in that cycle of just paycheck to paycheck. Like, nobody else in town was gonna be paying us enough, so we were like, maybe let's do it for ourselves. And then we did our first convention, and that was game changing, because we did craft shows for almost a year before we did our first convention. And at a craft show, if it's raining, you're not going to have a good weekend. If it's too hot, you're probably not going to have a good weekend. If there's a local football game, you're probably not going to have a good weekend. And I didn't really, I didn't know that conventions existed. And then we had met somebody, because this was back, we had a MySpace for our business, you guys. That's how long ago this was. And I'd posted that we were going to be at the Madison Street Festival. And we actually met 2 fellers who make chainmail at that. Like, they don't have booths or anything. They were hobbyists. But again, those are my favorite, because it's like, I get so hung up on, can I sell this for money? That it's like, sometimes I'm trying to nourish my inner hobbyist, if that makes sense. And we found out about conventions, and one of the fellers actually helped us to get registered into our first convention, which was Chattacon, the one in January. And this was back when they were in the Choo Choo Hotel, the Chattanooga Choo Choo, which I love trains. And it was freaking amazing. We were sleeping in our van, which was this like not even modded out, just a 1970s like luxury van where like the back seats folded down into like a bed. The Shagenwagen is what Randy called it. And then did you know that you can eat a block of ramen uncooked? Because that's what we were eating. But it turned out that they had a con suite, which I didn't even know what that was. But we got to eat hot dogs and chili, and that was really nice. And it was raining. It was pissing rain, because it was in January in Tennessee, and we did really well. Like, again, not flashing cash, just trying to be real with folks. We made like $700 that weekend, and it was raining. That was the most we ever made at that show moving forward, but it was the most we'd ever made ever at that point. In the rain in January. Nobody has craft shows in January. I looked. And so it was Gino says MySpace, not ancient tech times, my Gen Z. Yeah, this were the money. Hey Tigers, how are you doing? It's been ages. But yeah, so we started doing more conventions, and it got to where we were doing like 30 some odd conventions a year. It was quite a bit. And then in 2016 we started making YouTube videos. So because I was like, I'm tired, I want to stay at home. That was my horn hitting the weight that's on the microphone stand that's holding the tripod that's holding the and it goes like when something hits it. That was the bell ringing for me to get back to work. Let's say hi to your husband. Term webcam. He does not like to be on camera, but he's real, I promise. Hey Maxwell, how's it going? Hey Mellow Doc, how are y'all doing? Are fairies real, says Beef? I haven't caught one yet, but I'm still gonna, I believe. All right, so that's really coming along. Done. So this is what we've got going along so far today. I'm gonna try it on before we go any farther. So there are pins in it, but they're not pushing through all the way. Just remember, says my husband. And I've got a big old melon head, so if it fits me, it'll fit darn near anybody. Oh, I love it. Ooh, Jarno says, how was the business in the pandemic? Just out of curiosity. I'm going to be honest with you. We did shamefully well. Like, it was mind-blowing. But we couldn't have been better prepared for it if we knew it was coming. So, like, because we were doing tutorials ever since 2016, so we already had this big database of free tutorials for folks to watch, and I had started making kits and we had worked through all the kinks and everything on Patreon and stuff, and so we were able to, like, we were geared up and ready to go. And we even took a fused glass class, and we make our own fused glass in that kiln over yonder. So everything we were producing was just about all of it was in-house. We had a laser at the time, so we were able to do like little laser woodcut stuff, and we we just taught everybody who wanted to learn how to craft. We were like, here you go. and it went really well, and we were able to pay off like my student loan, and like, I mean, everything that we built has burnt to the ground, but that's okay. It's fine. No, it's, you know, life's not easy and nothing good lasts forever, but it was amazing at the time, and I feel very blessed, and we met so many friends, and but now things are changing and evolving, and now we get to move on to something new. We still do the kits and stuff, but I mean, because we were live streaming multiple times a week, and that was like, it was really fun. I had a blast, and honestly, that's a blessing. So I'll take it. Thank you, Patio. I'm very, very pleased with how light this is, with how, what up, baby? Jarna says it's giving the meme of the dog in the house of fire saying this is fine. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, that's basically the vibe, I'm gonna be honest with you. But that's okay, because we'll figure it out and we'll get through it. I do believe. The race is not for the swift, but for who can endure it. Yeah. Oh, I had screenshotted something that I saw online. It was something about, you know, we can bear through illness, but who can bear a broken spirit? And that's our pets. We're elderly and started to pass away, and then some of our younger pets passed away as well. And that kind of crushed me. And then we've had some deaths in the family and stuff. So, but when in doubt, craft it out. So we're gonna start sculpting. Are y'all ready? I'm gonna get this swapped over. Ready or not, here we come. Let me get my gloves on, and then we're gonna start conditioning. The product that I'm using is called Freeform Air. It's a 2-part epoxy dough. Hey Bodega, I was just giving our origin story. I have a pet that has cancer. He's 10 years old. Yeah, that's where Sam Dog was. Like, all right, so we're gonna be, this is part A and part B, or vice versa, and I'm gonna mix them together. So from here on, I can't really touch the camera or anything. Hey Kay, how's it going? But Sam Dog had a big old cancer lump, and he passed a few years ago. But Ember is 19 years old. That's her cat. And she's still doing well, but I mean, as well as a 19-year-old cat can. We're running a little bit of a hospice care here in the house. And then Z Dog, who's Sam's brother, born, the same day. Gosh. He's 13 or 14 now. 14, says Randy. So that's true. We have been here for 13 years. But I don't know. When we started the business, I like being creative and stuff, and I hate being under somebody's thumb. That's the jobs that we were working. My husband and I both, like, good management is hard to find. And it was just miserable. And it's like, we're miserable. We never get to see each other. We don't have money for bills or anything, much less heaven help us if we get sick. We may as well try working for ourselves, because if we're going to be this broke, we may as well get to be broke together. Well, I don't know about being deserving of anything, but I'll work hard if it pays off. Like, I was made for hard work. It is hard, but it's a blessing to get to carry their memory in our hearts, But, and then it's been such a blessing through the pandemic, because we did get to be home with our pets as they were elderly. So we, instead of being on the road, 30 conventions, a year and all that, we got to be home. And we also got to kidnap our nieces through the summers and different holidays. So it was one of our nieces got to stay more than the others, but they would come to stay with us so we didn't actually kidnap them. It was totally, like, on the up and up, but it was a consensual kidnapping. Their parents were aware. As long as they paid the ransom, says Randy. So now I'm just taking this freeform air, and I'm gonna pack it in. And hey, baby, could I ask you to put some water in my cup for me? Oh shoot, it's stuck. Oh no. Are you alright? The closed ones?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, babe.
They're all in my shoes.
They're in your shoes, oh god. And so, a person could use foam clay for this. I prefer the freeform air because it dries hard. I want something nice and rigid that can be sanded, that can be drilled into. Oh, thank you. Do, 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 do. And just by dipping my finger in some... Babe. Just by dipping my finger into some water. There's frogs in here. I can kind of blend the clay out. Hey, off-grid family, how are y'all doing? Okay, so it's not sticking to the foam as well as what I had originally hoped. Now this is something that I'm going to need to, you know what, I'm just going to use this because we already know the information. I've got like 3 others of these, so I don't want to leave my freeform air in a big old lump because it'll cure faster than if we kind of reduce its mass. Oh wow, Enchanted said my husband and I also do jewelry and cabbing turquoise. Oh, that's awesome. Can I ask you, how do you cab your turquoise? Like, do you have like a flat lap, or do you have something like a cab king? We've always been interested, but we've never been able to indulge in lapidary. Like, the closest we get is I do some grinding on our glass cabochons, but I don't know how similar or different that might be, so I just presume that I don't know anything about it, you know? Oh, we're doing really well. What kind is this clay made of? Chemicals, probably. I don't know. Randy says don't eat it. If you search Freeform Air by Smooth On, you'll be able to find more product information about it, but it's not a polymer clay. It is like it cures by chemical reactions, so you don't have to bake it. It's not air dry, so you don't have to worry about cracking or anything, which I really like.
But if you use a whole bunch of it, it will crack.
Yeah, if you use a whole bunch, like in a big mass, it will heat up and start to like, not explode, but like expand. And so you'll get cracking from expansion instead of from shrinkage. We have a Kingsley North cabbing machine, 6 wheels. It has been a great machine. It's like a Cab King, but less price. Right on. I actually get the Kingsley North catalog because I had purchased a ring saw blade for my Taurus ring saw for cutting glass. And man, I had a lot of fun just flipping through that and seeing all the different, you know, you don't know what's available until you've got a catalog in the bathroom, you know. It's a great machine. Right on. Alright, so we're just packing that in there like that. Now, I don't have any eyes painted for this one yet, so I'm not going to focus too much around the eye area. I have to go, but wanted to say hi because it's been ages since I managed to catch you guys going live. Stay happy and healthy. Right back at you, off grid. I have to check y'all out. Have you posted any new videos recently? I'd love to catch up with what you're doing. Now the Freeform Air is going to go through some different stages where it might be a little stickier here and it'll start to firm up too. So it has a pretty reasonable pot life and working time. But I use 50 grams at a time of part A and part B. And I find that I'm able to work through that before it cures past being easy to work with. Peter Parker says, what are you working on? What are you making? I'm making a dragon. It's a little like dragon headdress because I like dressing up like critters. Really, it's silliness, but it's fun. I like it. And so we don't have to worry about getting it perfect right now. I just want to get things kind of going. Ooh, some turquoise has to be stabilized. Is that something that would be done with like resin? Alright, so I'm going to go through and I'm actually going to kind of just slurry to make it to where it will adhere a little easier if I do a bit of... that's fine. I'm not super worried about the lines. Plans rarely survive first contact with reality. So I just wanted to kind of flesh out the idea in my mind and then go from there.
We've got silver sky dragon, old red dragon.
Yeah? Oh, well, thank you, Peter. That's very kind of you.
Should I say Spider-Man?
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, Silver Sky. It has been a while. I'm doing really well. I'm having a very good day. I spent a couple of hours out in the garden this morning, and I got to see a hummingbird eating out of the bird feeder, as well as our 4 o'clocks, which made me really happy. And I hung out with my chickens, and we ate some of our first harvested squash and potatoes from the garden last night for dinner. And tonight for dinner we'll be having leftover roasted potatoes and some green beans, which will be like the 3rd or 4th batch of green beans that we've harvested. I was super late getting the garden into the ground this year because we don't have a garden hose right now, so we've been hand watering everything. But it's been good for me to go and be with the dirt and the wild things. Ooh, Peter says, when did you start making the dragons? The dragon, this one in particular, this one started 4 weeks ago because we sculpted the base and then made a mold of it because I had sculpted it in monster clay. Which if y'all want to know any more about any of that, do feel free to ask questions. But I don't want to get gunked up on the details. We sculpted it from monster clay. It was very heavy. We made a mold and then we cast it to you. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a polyurethane expanding foam. And very lightweight, seems super durable. I can't scroll. The little heart things in the way. Not about off-grid. I've been doing stuff. Me and my boy are hoping to do a few camping videos over the holidays. Ooh, it's been a crazy few years, right? Fingo. It takes up usually about a week because a lot of it is it'll take 24 hours for the clay to cure so I can do like painting and stuff. And so I'll usually end up doing a few heads at a time. That way I can get a base layer done, let it cure, and then the next day tackle the next part on the same. I'm juggling 5 heads right now. But this year we started making dragons like this back in, I think 2017 was whenever we made our first few. But they've been evolving. Dragon, yay! Yes, Silver says, are these made in a different way from the ones you did last year? They are. Instead of using the crazy bone skulls for the base, we sculpted our own. And we had gotten video of that whole process, so we will be posting videos and tutorials and stuff to show like the mold making process and things, because we did live stream it all, but we also captured that footage. That way we could edit it down into something a little more concise. But yeah, do you see how it's not really, it doesn't want to stick to the skinned part of the foam, whereas up here where we've sanded away, we can build up into that texture, and then the freeform air will stick to itself past that point. So I'm just learning. But yeah, the clay I'm working with right now is called freeform air. Oops. And we just used like some 5mm Silly Winks foam for the base. And so now I'm going to start building up the scales on the horns. Lori says, you'll never go wrong with a dragon. They'll never go out of style. I love them. I've loved dragons ever since I was a kid. Oh, bother. I really hoped that the clay would stick a little better to the... I was just going to leave the T-pin in there. Forever. Well, it's not poking through to the head, honey. Like, does that make sense? It's like a armature wire. I've just pushed it in to where it's into this part.
Okay.
Like, is that a problem? Or? I mean, we've got about 600 of them, and this is what they're intended for. Like, I don't have it to where it's going to be poking somebody in the head. Okay. Is that your concern? What's your concern then? Running out of T-pins. Well, I only plan on having, like, we can only fit, like, 10 heads in the van. I don't think we're going to run out of T-pins. It'll be alright. Ah, well, thank you, Silver. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. But I'm really excited because I want these to be easy to wear, fun to wear, cool to display in your home. Because I think the best things can do both. Like, I don't want to just make sculptures. I want to make sculptures that you can wear and like transform, you know, like have that whole experience of this is my transformation. Do you see? So do you see how that's starting to blend out the boarding? Yes, so when it's dry it can be sanded. We can come through and use the Dremel on it. Do it, honey?
I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life.
Randy says, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Now you faux show have to wear some gloves because it'll give you a nasty rash. I learned that the hard way. But yeah, we can sand it. We can use a Dremel to carve it. I prefer to like wet sculpt, I guess. I don't know if that's a terminology for it, but in my mind, I like to sculpt while the clay itself is still wet and malleable. Sorry, I never mean to have my hands in the way, but sometimes that's just how it be. So I'm getting them nice and smooth now, but I'll be adding some texture in a little bit. Hey Randy, could you prep me 5 paper towel pads, please? Randy is the best wizard's apprentice. It is when there's so much product built up on my gloves, the product wants to stick to me more than the foam. So I just got to do some hygiene real quick. Oh, if you could fold them in half, that'd be perfect. Thank you. Now, I would not ever recommend rinsing this down the sink, because it will cure even underwater and it'll gunk up your pipes real bad. So, not a voice of experience or anything. Okay, yeah. Wendy is a good house elf. No, he's got like rights and stuff. I feed him whole and toast. Thank you, baby. but just a touch of water really helps get everything all smoothed out and ready to go. Now the only thing too is this freeform air will really gunk up your tools, so I'm gonna have to rummage and find where I've got a specific set of my tools that I use for freeform air instead of with my polymer clay or monster clay. But yeah, I want to get what I had sanded off from the horns while I was shaping them to try to reduce some of the mass. I just want to get that texture and pattern built back up on this one before focusing more on the front and the face. My hands are my favorite sculpting tools to use, really. This is my favorite size of sculpture to make so far. Because, like, to make the nose, we just kind of go, like, stick your thumb, like, that's thumb holes, that's thumbs and finger, like, it works out great. Making little sculptures are, like, that's the hardest for me. But I love it. Just because something's challenging doesn't mean I don't want to do it. It's just, if I can find a more efficient way, then I'll do my best to do that. Getting that shaped around. And I'm going to use a little bit more clay to fill in this lower part here. Partially because I think it's going to look really cool, and partially because I can't really fit my finger in there to sculpt. So I'm just going to fill it in. Woo! And what I do to one side, I try to do to the other. Hey, Amanda, how's it going? So it's just occurred to me, I had said that I was going to take the strap off on this one. I may end up just having a few sacrificial straps that will risk getting clay on them. But, I mean, I've got to keep it strapped to the head, you know. Oops. And that's another reason why I like to do these dragon heads in stages, is because if I've got the whole thing covered in partially cured clay, then I'm always risking sticking my hand somewhere it's not supposed to be, and messing something up. Good night, Amanda. Thanks for popping in to say hey. Sleep well. I love how well it smooths with the water. Like, you can get quite smooth. Oh, Barbie says Randy's the bestest. I love how you two support each other. Dude, me too. Like, it's sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, it gives me strength to have him to take care of, you know, to be, you know, not, he's perfectly competent and able to take care of his own self, but to have him there to, it gives me someone to nurture and to love, and it helps me to think of someone other than myself, and I can be strong all day if it's to help Randy. You know, I'd have given up long ago if it was for my own sake, I fear. And it's just, I feel like, you know, I can take on the world with him at my side. It's like having a good friend and partner at your back. It's hard to beat. You know, and we don't go and slay literal dragons, but, you know, life throws us its curveballs, and we wage battle together every day. Oh, I don't know. The tiny crowns next to people's names, I think YouTube, that's, y'all are top fans, according to YouTube. Which, I mean, seems pretty accurate. Alright, so now I'm just going to be blending this on and in. What up, babe? Oh, stuck my finger. There's a leaderboard? Well, you know, two chatters enter, one chatter leaves. Is this like, what are the rules on the leaderboard, I wonder? Just a moment, please. And then I'll come look. Alright. Are they able to see the leaderboard? So is that like the famous trackers? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know what it means to have the crowns, but we could test it, and if you chat a whole bunch, I think it'll, like, how do you find your XP? Oh, Chantel says the leaderboard is a point system. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. Well, I don't know. We're not going to worry about it. Oh, no, Itzy! The headphones! What are you working on today, Itzy? Oh, Hawk says, touch the crown and it shows the leaderboard. Oh, at the top left. How long has YouTube been doing that? We get XP from this? Hold up, let me get my character sheet. Woo woo! Yeah, I want to build up to where you can't see the T-pins. I must hide my shame. A music video for Mellow? Ooh, which song is it? I'm so excited for y'all. I think that's so cool. Silver says, must be something new, as I've not seen it before. Same. Though I think I might be, not to brag, but I might be one of the worst YouTubers and streamers. Like, I just, I don't know, I'm just here. Runaway says, I can't invoke a hydrate or dance for you to do here. Right? Oh, I don't know what it's for. Do you get points for the amount of chatting you do, for likes, and for super chats? Oh, okay. Oh, it's been around for like 2 months. Ooh, alright. Relatively new. So I'm going to put a little bit of moisture down the face now. And we're going to roll out a snake. And just using my middle fingers on each side. Paper dreams. And it's a paper airplane flying through the road. Through the streets until it ends up in the starry sky. Oh, that sounds so cool. Itzy. Yeah, to promote engagement. Right on. Well, that's cool. I don't want anybody to feel pressured, but also that's exciting. Like, you don't have to participate with anything, you know? Like, I love our lurkers. You don't have to be chatting or anything. It's taking you months. Oh, goodness. But yeah, you can see it's sticking much better now that we got that slurry base down. Which is just kind of gooping up the freeform air with some water until do it, Daddy? Or baby? Scooby, please. Just another way to track us. First time viewers, I'm a lurker now. Well, that okay. So I don't really know what I'm... Randy says to ring the bell and tickle the buttons and all that. Yeah, like if you subscribe, be sure to hit the notification bell and stuff, because though we do send out a newsletter, but because of financial hardship, we've had to like reduce the number of emails that we can send a month. So I don't know if we'll be able to keep doing that, but I'm gonna try my best. Oops. Blending down that way. And I'm just filling in this gap right here. Wow. 700 separate pictures all added together. Is that 700 or 1,000? The ink picked up from the impact clay or paint at all? No. We're gonna be painting this and stuff, so I'm not worried about the Sharpie at all. Or the ink from the paper. So just blending this down. It's hard to chat when you're working with a couple thousand tiny beads. Oh, Hawk. It's good to be busy, though, isn't it? I just like petting it. What are you thinking of it so far, honey? Yeah? I don't know how I feel about the nose ridge just yet. But, I'm really digging the way that, you know, the horns and everything are blending together. Like, that's working out better than I had hoped, and I will take that all day long. Hey, Magda! It's been so long since I've checked in. You were my first inspiration to take on wire wrapping. Oh, well, how's that going? Have you been keeping crafty? And then just blending down. Nobody knows how to say goodbye. It seems so easy till you try. Then the moments passed you by. Nobody knows how to say goodbye. Oh, 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 oh. Through the darkness to the dawn. When I looked back, you were gone. Heard your voice leading me on. Through the darkness to the dawn. Love is deep as the road is long. Moves my feet beats my heart when you are gone. Do, 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 do. Nobody knows how to get back home. We had it out so long ago. Searched the heavens and the earth below. Nobody knows how to get back home. Boop, 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 a little snoop, snoop, snoop. Yes. Ooh. Oh, well, thank you. Sorry. Let's see. Let me get caught up. I was going through your store page, and wow, you were so talented. Well, shit. I'll definitely be buying. I'm ecstatic I found you. Oh my God, Chantel. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to email me, for sure. Did you ask me something? Then sorry, Miller was talking. I heard pen and paper. I have no idea, Itzy. With 700 separate pictures? That's wild. Are you using Procreate for it? And then Bodega says, I just had a thought, Vaughn. Have you ever thought about gluing tiny seed beads in patterns over the dragon mask like the traditional masks in Mexico? Oh my goodness. Now, it's kind of like the sea dragon, but it's not quite. I've done some before where at this stage with the clay, I'll like kind of stick a size 6 seed bead into, like, they're cool. Give me just a minute and I'll possibly be able to get it up on the screen for you. But I've got this much clay to use up. And then Chantel says, also you have a beautiful, soothing voice. Oh, well, thank you. I didn't realize. Oh, well, sometimes I can get to caterwauling, so I do apologize. But I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but come on in and have a sip. I stream until 7 today. So we're gonna be having a break here in a sec to hydrate and let my shoulders untense. Oh, make a quetzalcoatl esque motif on one if you did something like that. That'd be really cool. And Old Red Dragon says, Vaughn, have you found anything crafting wise that you sucked at? Yes, like bunches. Like, I've been terrible at everything, but I loved it, so I kept at it. And practice will make progress in all things, y'all. Like, 100%. I've based my entire career on practice will make progress. I was terrible at molds. I'm still terrible at molds. But I'm passable. And so, I mean, because the thing is, y'all, you don't have to be the best at something to enjoy it. You don't even have to be good at something to enjoy it. And my entire career has been a testament to you don't even necessarily have to be very good at something to make a living at it. But I do try my best, you know, and I think that's all a person can ask. That's all I can ask of myself is to just give it my all and do my best. And gosh, having YouTube helps. Being able to just search. I watch a feller named Notbush on Kick. He's a very good sculptor, and I learned quite a bit by watching, you know, and seeing different techniques and stuff. And then practice. And the hardest thing for me, I think, has been to get out of my own way and just get to crafting. Like, I don't gotta make it complicated. Just go. Just craft the dang old thing. Easier said than done, but here we are. Okay, so now let's figure out what we're going to be doing with this nose ridge. I'm going to be using, he is super awesome. It's like really super chill too. And I can't I can't wire LEDs for the life of me. And most things I don't give up on. I gave up on that. I was like, I'm not doing this crap. I was in tears. I was ugly crying. Randy came downstairs and I was ugly crying because it was like hour 4 and I still hadn't been able to figure out basic LED. It's fine. Barbie says, so you have design plans down up for features and color schemes, or is it all what you're feeling at the moment? It's kind of just what I'm feeling at the moment. So I like to pretend like I have an idea of what I'm going to do, and then, but I'm not committed to it, you know? This one's probably going to end up being some sort of fire color scheme just because it's an easy place to start, and fire dragons just make sense to me. But I'm just testing things out and experimenting. How ugly were you able to figure it out? Figure what out?
The LEDs.
Oh, the LEDs? No, Randy did them for me. And it took him like 10 minutes. But like, I was every single thing about that project with the wiring the LEDs. Like, I couldn't get my soldering iron to work. I couldn't freaking nothing. I was useless. I was grade A useless. Like, booger bubbles and everything. Like, just red-faced, splotchy, snot-nosed, crying. Oh, Silver says, last year I did a project with LEDs for the first time. It definitely has a learning curve. Well, I wrecked on the first loop on the learning curve. But Randy helped me. It was actually the Spyro outfit. What up, baby?
I love Earth Dragons. See World of Strange t-shirt.
Ooh, I walk in the ring, says, I love Earth Dragon, See World of Strange t-shirt. I believe that's William Stout's artwork. It is? Dude's an absolute wizard. Like, I have to, like, keep it together when we hang out with him because I'm like, I absolutely cannot be a fangirl and embarrass him right now. Like, but, like, I about lost my damn mind when he was like, that was a really cool costume. And I was like, inner screeching intensifies. Is that a labia? No. Actually, you know, it could be. This is a dragon's labia. The fuck's a labia? Sorry. This isn't... Our channel's not for 18 and up, probably. I'm an artist, not a doctor. Randy, why are you crying? Come back. Damn it, Jim. Oh, I like his little ridgy bumps. No, Keisha, that's a valve. Do what, baby? I can't repeat that, but that's hilarious. Oh, honey. Oh, you crack me up. You're a scoundrel. Not a cult, yeah. All right. Do I risk taking my gloves off and moving to the next stage of the project? I have to poke it a few more times. What is Randy working on? Randy has been working on scale strips for the shoulders. That if you follow our social media, that's what Ember was wearing, the scale strip scale mail. Okay, I'm gonna blend the schnoz just a little more. We're going to be very dragon and tie-dye fairy themed this year at DragonCon, it seems. Which, you know, I can dig. I can dig it. All right. I'm going to take my gloves off. I've heard some go to the doctor for that. Oh, goodness. Oh, all right. So now let us see. What tool am I going to use to sacrifice today? Behold my nose bucket. I do prefer to use my metal tools. I'll use this one with the freeform air because it can be scraped off. It is getting close to a stretch time. But not yet. I'm going to get the texture and stuff onto this first. I'm actually going to flip this bad boy on around. Hey guys, thank you for coming to my live stream. I gotta plug in the phone charger. There we go. So now you can see without my hand being in the way, alternate angle. Hydrate so you don't dehydrate. I didn't get any clay on your cup and you can't prove it. So the tool that I'm using has a little like pokey end and a little like spoony end. Oh, Barbie says I want a mushroom themed dragon. That'd be super cool. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I'm not going to be like dragging any of the material off. And then I've got a clean little napkin so I can keep my tip and everything clean. And also keep in mind, we're going to be doing layers upon layers of this. So I do not have to get everything perfect right now. I just got to get stuff done before the clay sets up. And so just following the lines of the scales that are already there. And I like to start light because you can always add more. Is there water in this? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Eee! This way I don't have to keep, and this is what I'm talking about, that like a lot of what I've learned about sculpting isn't necessarily like making me a better sculptor. It's just things that make it the sculpting process a little bit more efficient. Like instead of reaching over to dip my tool and then, you know, coming back, just having a continuous spray mist bottle goes a long way. And that way I can just use the water for cleaning my tool. It takes just a little bit. So then we're going to come in at a little bit of an angle to give it kind of an illusion of the beveling. I want it to look like they're stacked together. What do you think, baby? You look awesome. But you're doing so good. But you're doing a good job. Look at that! Do you see that? Ah! Texture. Makes me so happy. And now we can start angling in from this side and smoothing. Making stuff like super smooth and nice and like sleek is so challenging for me, but I like to practice it. Even if I know I'm going to be adding texture, every little thing is a nice opportunity to practice. And even if I come in and mess it up, like I just stabbed it, that's fine. We just blend it out. Mistakes and things will happen. It's not about trying to avoid making mistakes. It's knowing how to patch them back up, you know? And then if you're not afraid of messing up, then you can just go and have fun. So I'm not going to worry much more about doing more of the little like plates like this, because we're going to be doing like scale bumps and more horns and all sorts of things. It's going to be pretty cool. Maybe. We'll see. I still add texture though. Even if it's going to be something that I know is going to get covered up, I'll still go ahead and put a little bit of texture on it, because if nothing else, it gives us a little bit of increased surface area and surface texture to adhere the next layer to. Shark tornado. Hey Deku, I am making a dragon headdress, and it's going to be super cool, I do hope. But happy mistakes are the best. I think they help with learning. They really do. Hey, Cindy, I didn't see you come in. How are you today? Ah! Oh, it's so drippy. Do it, my love? Randy says I've been here for ages. But yeah, we sculpted the base and then made a mold and then cast using an expanding polyurethane foam to make this base, and then we're using freeform air, which is a very lightweight, like it's so low density it'll float on top of water. Like, it's cool. I love this stuff. And we're just sculpting to join all the pieces together. Hey Christian, how's it going? Chantel says, is there a usual time and day that you live stream? Currently we're just live streaming on Fridays here on YouTube. That may change. Oh, good Lord. That may change after DragonCon, which is Labor Day weekend. But until then, it's just on Fridays. But we do a shop update and like progress video here on YouTube on Mondays. And there's a giveaway on that one. So be sure to like leave a comment whenever it comes out, and that'll put your name in the hat for the giveaway. And we do a giveaway every Monday. And then we post like shorts and stuff throughout the week to kind of keep you up to date on what the progress is. And then we have new tutorials every Thursday on usually wire wrapping or something jewelry related, because we do our kit, like our Happy Crafter Club, we send out a kit every month, and so the tutorial is usually how to utilize the things that are in your kit, but you do not have to have the kit to be able to craft along with the tutorial. And then Fridays from 4 to 7 is the time slot currently that I'm streaming in, but that might get longer, that might get shorter. Last week we streamed until like 8, but we send out a newsletter to try to keep folks up to date with our ever-evolving schedule. So Barbara says, there's no such thing as a mistake, just happy accident, which is why some form of texture areas can be easily turned into unique organic features and looks. Ooh, yes. Cindy says, no kick lives. It's complicated, and I can't keep up with chat and stuff, and like, just, this is so much easier for me. And, at least until Dragon. And then we're going to be delving into, we may use the software called Meld, which is like OBS, but it streams in the vertical. Because, like, man, y'all, whenever we were streaming on, oh, I need to pay attention to this area. I had not blended that out. Sometimes I'll fixate a little too hard on one zone of the project, and then, you know, I've still got, like, fingerprints and thumbprints and stuff over here. But, YouTube was not letting people know that we were going live whenever we dual streamed to Kick, because it was in horizontal, whereas now we're here streaming in the vertical, and we've got, hey everybody, we've got 135 viewers right now. Hey, that didn't make me nervous at all. Thank you guys for being here. Whereas whenever we were dual streaming, we'd be lucky to have like maybe 20 to 40 people in hanging out, which is wonderful. I still feel blessed, but it's you know, I want to be able to teach as many people to make dragons as what there are people interested in making dragons. So I've got to play nice with the YouTube algorithm and stuff for the sake of our business, for the sake of my sanity, and it's just, you know, figuring it out as we go. Okay, so you can kind of see there, the light really drowns it out. All the sculpting that we're doing right now, you guys, is going to come to life when we do the paint job. Ah, well, thank you so much. So wetting the freeform air keeps it moist so it doesn't dry while working with it? No. It's the freeform air, once it's mixed together, it'll cure regardless of how wet I get it or how dry it is. I'm dipping and using the wetness to make it smoother to drag my tool across. Which, now that we can go ahead and change camera angles. Now that I don't have my chemical gloves on. Oh, uh-oh. I almost turned my phone off. Woo, uh-oh. Alright, I'm so professional at this. Do. Stop trying to turn the phone off. Do. Boo, boo, do. Okay, alright. Oh, well, hey, y'all. Now, that's interesting. Over on my tablet, honey, it shows up as, like, just a blank message. But it's folks saying hi. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Danick. I just thought... I don't know. It didn't show that over here on the tablet. I'm learning. Okay. But, yeah, so, again, you can't really... It doesn't look like it's making a big impact right now, but I promise it is. Yeah, I don't know what... That is weird. So I hope I haven't been ignoring anybody's stuff. I certainly haven't been doing it on purpose. But yeah, do you see how it's kind of dragging a little right there? That kind, I don't want that. Like a crumbly cheese or something. I want it to be nice and smooth. And so if I were using like polymer clay, I might use an isopropyl alcohol to get the same effect. But for the freeform air, all you need is water. Christina or Christian? Hey, Christian. Hello. I'm going to zoom back out because it's the staying in frame is one of the banes of my existence. I do my best, but here we are. But no, and that's my that's my favorite thing about this freeform air too, is that it's got the same amount of pot time regardless of what I do. And so it forces me into like a time constraint. It's like I've got to go ahead and commit and make this happen before it cures. And then if it gets a little runny, that's all right. Nobody knows how the story ends. Live the day, do what you can. This is only where it begins. Nobody knows how the story ends. What says, is that a dragon? Yes, it will be, I hope, one day. I think it's the silcock, not the hose. I don't know what you're talking about, Walk.
I don't know.
Ah, Chantel says, I love Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. So he inspired me to do that. That and my black cat in dragon wings. Ah! Oh, that's adorable. Would you summarize the process again, please? Yes. We sculpted the horns and the dragon head base out of monster clay. So like this is an example of another one that we have in the works, but it's very, very rough. And then we made a 2-part mold using Rebound 25 brush on silicone and the very same freeform air to make, where'd I put it? I lost it. I don't know. It is quite large. I don't know how I lost it. But yeah, we made a 2-part mold, and then we use Foam It 8 is the expanding polyurethane foam that I used to make these because it's very fine grained and it's self-skinning. So, oh, excellent. Thank you, baby. So this is the mold that we had made. So you can see that's where we pour in, and then it expands to fill the, and that's why we have the back plate, and we put like Velcro ties around it because we jank. It was my very first 2-part mold like this, you guys. In this way, you know, we can make, my hope is to one day be able to sell a kit so you can make your own dragon, because quite frankly it's a lot of fun. Aw, you do have a very nice voice. It's easy to listen to as I play my games. Very warm and teacherly. Well, hell yeah. What game are you playing? Vaughn said the water hose died. Do you want me to order one for you too? And so, if so, how long of a hose do you need? Oh, well, Hawk, that's very kind of you, but it's not the hose. It's the spigot that comes out of the side of the house where it comes in and attaches into the main water line inside the house is like really just leaking there as well as it was leaking at the tip. So, and it's sweated in, and I don't know how to undo that. And I would really love to hire a professional plumber who has insurance, because there's not a single, our house was built in 1905, and there is not a single thing about this house that went as smoothly as what you think it ought to have. So we're just gonna kind of wait until after DragonCon and see how our finances are, because one of our friends just recently had to get their hose replaced, like similar setup. Yeah. And it cost them like, was it $300? Do it? Yeah. And so I just, honestly, if I had $300 right now, I'd spend it on more stuff to build inventory for DragonCon, because I need the exercise by hand watering the garden anyways. So, but no, we've got like 2 or 3 50-foot hoses. But we've set up, we've streamlined it pretty well. We've got, at least for the sake of the garden, we've got trash cans set up as rain barrels in basically every point of the house where a lot of rainwater falls off. Trash cans. The trash man. Ooh, Pokemon, I'm shiny hunting random moms. Nice. Good luck to you. Which Pokemon game is it? Yeah, which gen? Because some of them are easier to catch shinies on than others, is the impression that I'm under. I have to head off, but I'm happy I was able to catch you live. Oh, bye, Silver. Thanks so much for hanging out. You have a great rest of your day. Thanks you, Tanisha. Or Tanish. Yeah, that's still not enough of a bevel. Whoop, whoop. Ninja. I had kind of dropped the tool and it did like a little matrix ninja flip. It was pretty cool. Did you see it? Did you see what I can do? Hey, Randy, did you see what I did? I'm just acting out for attention. I'm sorry. Would you show that fine polyurethane foam packing and price? Well, I don't know what the price of it is because we bought like a gallon jug of it. But let me show you. Let me unplug. And then we're going to come over here. So this is foam at 8. We got a big old jug of it. We got one kit came with 2 packs of the part A and then 1 of the part B. But then we also use foam at black. It's a rigid foam. That's what, like, if you just search on the Smooth On products and then look for their foam it line, they'll have way more information for you, as well as oh, who's the goodest Z dog? He is asleep, but I have to pet and disturb him. Oh, my ancient, elderly, eldritch dog. Num, 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 num. He's such a good boy. I love you. Mwah. Okay. Yeah, his face used to be solid black. He's such an old boy. That okay. Hey, my boy. He's like, why did she wake me up? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't resist disturbing my loved ones. Is it actually the spigot, or is it the pipe leading to the spigot that's the issue? Well, it started as just the spigot, and then we tried to take the spigot off, but it was sweated in, and that broke the part that the pipe's connected to, which is why I stopped trying to fix it. So, and it's a disaster. So, I hope that's helpful to you, though, Rami. Through the darkness to the dawn. But yeah, the water's purely there for smoothing, not for prolonging cure time or anything. And honest to goodness, I don't know if Foamit 8 is the best product for this. Like, one of the other Foamit products might be better, you know?
Yeah, this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. We've got the whole gallon kit of it. But, my hope is that the mold will last us long enough that we can experiment and do all sorts of different things with it. Hey, Peach Tea. I am making a dragon headdress specifically for, I want to dress up like a dragon at DragonCon and have these for sale in my booth. I think that'd be pretty cool. But now we're getting to the end of the cure time on this, and so I just want to focus up on getting the texture on. Because again, even if there are spots that they're going to be covered with more clay, by adding texture, it's giving us a little bit of surface area that we can then, you know, make sure that we get good adhesion on the next layers. It'll still stick to its own self, the freeform air will, but it's easier when we've got the layers. I'm going to do a little bit of a bump, and I'm going to do a little cut in there. How many have you made for the upcoming convention so far? I'm juggling 5 right now, in different stages of production. But I think we can only fit 10 in our van. So, and we are going to try to get them posted to the website if we're lucky enough to make some sales before DragonCon. That'd be amazing. But I'm trying to not think about the money part right now too much. Nothing kills my creativity like, you know, because even after we've been in business since 2008, and I still have this imposter syndrome of how arrogant must I be to think that somebody would spend money on what I make. I don't know why I still feel that way, but here I am. And so I just have to be like, well, I'm not going to listen to that bitch and keep crafting anyways. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss, but that's just the truth of it. Terry says, Smooth On is a good company in Boulder, Colorado. And if you have an idea, they will sit down with you and advise how and what products to use. Yeah, they're a really good company. Oh, Cindy says you whistled and my dog came running. Oh, well, thank you so much, Rami. Hey, Naomi, how's it going? We all wonder that, right, Laura? I think that's just... yeah, right? Like, you know, not all of my inner voices need listened to as much as others, you know? Like, that inner critic that needs to learn how to have a constructive tone or she can get up and out, like... is how I feel on the subject. Oh, well, thank you. I wanted to make something, I mean, not just dragons, because I love dragons, but what if everything were secretly dragons on the inside? So, and that's why I've got some that have like deer antlers. Wait, what? Why are you laughing at me? Don't laugh. No, Andy. And so it's, I don't know, I have this concept of like, because I like these rocks that have holes in them. This is relevant, I promise. That I find these rocks that have holes in them, and I just love them, and they jump out at me, not like, you know, physically, but like they'll catch my eye. And there's no parking lot that, like, I could be at the police station. I will steal rocks out of their parking lot. I don't care if it's got a hole in it. I'm taking it home with me. And what if when you looked through it, you know, if you're looking through it here and it's just like a regular deer, pretend like that's a deer for a minute. We're using our imaginations super hard right now. And then you look through here, but it's a deer, dragon deer. And it's, I don't know, I feel like a dork, but I love it. And so it's, I don't know if it's what dwells within or if it's what lies beneath, but I just want to sculpt it. You know, and not every, it's like if you're taking a walk through the woods or if you're just out in the garden, not every single rabbit's going to be secretly a dragon. But if you look through it with a stone and, you know, one of the rabbits has like 12 eyes and little dragon wings, then, you know, that's what I want to be sculpting, is the 12-eyed. Randy says maybe you should eat less mushrooms. Like, no, I don't eat mushrooms. Like button mushrooms. My friend Lori sent me that mushroom powder that you put in your coffee that's supposed to make you like super healthy. And that was pretty tasty. But I don't know. I just, holy rocks are not safe. Oh no, not from me, they're not. I love grabbing rocks, right? One of Randy and I's very first dates, I was showing him my rock collection, which at the time was like just, you know how you go to like Six Flags or anywhere touristy and like they've got a bin of rocks because they know that, you know. Yes, it's called Rise. I liked it. I would put it in the top with my coffee in my Keurig. Like I've got a little like ancient Keurig. Yes. It's got one of those little bleep over one of the words, or one of the letters, I think.
Well, now I can't think of how to say it properly. All that's coming to mind is emphasis on the wrong syllable.
The wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable? Something of the sort. Not even in frame. Emphasis, yes. Woo! There goes my tripod. Herpin' derpin' doo. Been wondering about that stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't notice any sort of difference. But it made me think of my friend every time I drank it. And I think that's all the magic I need, is to just, you know, it did not help with any regularity or anything like that. But I don't know, it could have been the thing that made all the difference in the world, because I was under a lot of stress at that time and we got through it, so here we are. Dragons are said to represent our pride and humility. Ooh, nice. But it's, I think of them as like guardians. So it's like the, you know, you see, we'll be driving and I'll see, you know, just not a flock of deer, but a herd of deer in like a hayfield, and there always seems to be, you know, like the stag or the buck that, what's the difference between a stag and a buck? Is it? Okay. I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but there'll be one that like looks up and it kind of, you know, while everybody else is still grazing and things. And you know, same for like prairie dogs, and my chickens are the same way. There's like one chicken, Bay, she's always keeping an eye out a little harder than the other girls. And so it made me think that it's like, you know, just again inspiring the imagination if I were fleshing out a story or something, you know, just because that's all this is just having fun in my imagination. A buck has monetary value, a stag is a lone deer. Right on. Well, like, what's the difference between a buck in the sense of like a male deer? Because they call them bucks, don't they? I don't know. Stag sounds so much more regal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A stag specifically refers to mature male red deer. Okay. Bye, Bop. Thanks for hanging out. Could be placebo. That would be interesting. Oh, I am highly susceptible to the placebo effect, which is good. It means I'm a cheap patient. A buck is a boy deer and a stag is a daddy deer. Daddy. Randy's just shaking his head at me, as he should. This behavior should not be encouraged. But you know, if that one, if you looked through it with like, you know, it could be like magic glasses or whatever, I don't know, but if you could see with a true sight that deer would be the guardian deer, and it has like, you know, Princess Mononoke style spirit in it or something. Like, I don't know. I need to find a better way to articulate this, but I'm a sculptor, not a poet or writer. But so it's just, I don't know. Forest guardians or pond guardians or whatever it is. This is how I picture them. Ooh. Japanese culture also sees dragons as protection. That's very cool. Okay, I'm trying to think when the first time, like what got me into dragons as a kid. And I think my very first memories of the concepts of dragons were actually at like the Chinese food buffet. Because they'd have like the calendars and stuff, and it'd be Year of the Dragon, and it'd have like little like kind of horoscope type stuff. And I was born the Year of the Dragon, apparently. And I'm also a Leo, so I thought it was super cool to think about lion dragons. And then I loved the movie Dragonheart, and I loved the movie Willow. Now, granted, that was like a hydra, not a dragon, but still, it was close enough for me. It's good to know the difference. Ooh. Well, it actually does affect your strategies that you choose in battle, Randy. Yes. Yes. I love that you and I are both on the same page on this. Did you see the meme that I sent you earlier, honey? The one that was like, "You're my knight in shining armor," or point of view, me, "You're my knight in shining armor." My boyfriend, actually, a knight in shining armor, if his armor is shiny, he didn't actually do anything. It actually makes it, you're gonna want to sit down for this. It actually makes him more of a target in battle. Like was like the meme. So there you go. Well, I honestly, I don't remember if I had sent it to you or not. But I hit like a good vein of memes earlier. It was delightful. And then, oh my god. And then like Lord of the Rings. Stop it, Randy. That actually is a pretty good Sean Connery impression, but you Sean Connery. I loved Lord of the Rings. And then all the Dragon Riders of Pern. I read out of those books. Like, I was always checking them out of the library. And then what else was there? Basically, if it had a dragon on the cover for a while, like, I was super into horses, dragons, and Egypt for like a long time. Yep, alligator dragons, horse dragons. Camel dragons? That'd be weird. Randy, that's weird. The Dragon Lance Chronicles? I have not. Would you recommend them? Do, 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 do. Herpin' derpin' doo doo. So I'm just adding a little bit of texture here because these are going to get sculpted like up and around. But again, it's easier and cleaner, I think, to add texture now to the clay instead of having to carve into it. Because also, if I mess up right now, I can just blend it back out. Whereas whenever I'm carving, I can always add more clay on and wait for it to cure and stuff. But this is my favorite way. Hummingbirds equal tiny little fairy dragons. Yes, you get what I'm laying down here. But it's a fun little. And there'd be like, I don't know if there'd be a hierarchy of dragons, but like, let's say, if we're in a particular wooded grove area, and the longer, like, the trees got to grow and the different dragons and wooden sprites got to exist, and the more that they'd kind of evolve and level up. And so I imagine that like the overarching like head honcho dragon of like that wooded grove would be like, I'm picturing something dressed in you know well, not dressed, but elements of it. If it had mushrooms sprouting out of it, it'd be mushrooms that are growing in that area. Its textures on its legs would be wood bark of the trees that grow in the area. So if there's a lot of like low valleys and stuff, it'd be a lot of willows and sycamore, you know, and just things like that. An alpine dragon sprite or dragon guardian, or again, I don't know what it's called, call it whatever you want, but would look different than one from the Badlands of South Dakota, or one from Hawaii, or one from, gosh, the crystal forest that we went to in Arizona. It was petrified trees just laying about, like, so different dragons that are, there could be like an amethyst dragon in like a cave and like a petrified wood dragon. And I'm like, why not dragon everything? So, and here we are. There are some beautiful wooden dragons in some castles. Ooh! Sunrunner series, the dragons are way cool in that one. Alright. Dragons in Chinese culture were supposed to have given humanity art, agriculture, literacy, cooking, and craft working, if memory serves. So yeah, definitely guardians, but also scholars and teachers, which is badass to me. Like to me, a dragon that, don't get me wrong, hoarding shiny things is very cool. And eating dwarves, also pretty cool. But like, eating dwarves, but just, they came to steal your treasure, they get eaten. That's how it works. It's dragon economics 101. But like, being bearers of wisdom and, kindness and stuff, that's pretty cool. And if nothing else, I just want to make things that are fun to look at and behold. Because sometimes we have to make our own fun. We have to make our own hope and our own dreams. And then share them with anyone who will click on our face. So, feel as blessed here in UK. We got castles. Yeah. What North America seems to lack in castles, we do make up for in natural beauty. Like, I love all the... Do what, love? All the biomes, yeah, of that I've gotten to experience in my relatively limited travels here in North America. But just picturing, a dragon from the, resting in the smoky hills of the Ozarks versus a dragon, undulating through the Tennessee River, covered in moss on the banks of those hills and valleys. We love the Dragon Prince on Netflix. Ooh, okay. Right, yeah. Oh, our niece Maddie loves the Avatar movies. They're very good. Yeah. And so I'm just sculpting up this way. Eating dwarves and such. I'm not good with names, but sure. Fafnir and Siegfried. Which ones are those from? And I think anything that's present in, mythologies from around the world, that's pretty cool too. Like, it's fascinating. Just anything that captures my imagination like that and the imagination of others, I think is pretty cool. Oh, I love Avatar too, but wouldn't be able to watch it on big screen. I get crazy vertigo just watching it on TV. Gotcha. Game of Thrones, Terry? I liked that show right up until I didn't. And we were rewatching it, and we were like, who was watching this? Because it stopped in like the middle of like what, season 4 or 5. You're gonna look up and tell me. And we were like, well, let's restart it because we were listening to the audiobook, and it really helps me to have a face to put to some of these names because there's a lot of names in the Game of Thrones series. And we binged it, and I was like, man, this is so good, but there's so many seasons, I don't know how much more time we can take on this. And then we got to where, I don't know, one story arc ended and another began, and we just stopped making time for it. And I was like, this must be where I stopped caring for it. And we looked, and it was like, this is exactly where we stopped watching when last time we rewatched it. And I was like, oh no. Because I wanted to love that whole, series and everything. But it just got kind of tedious to watch, I'm sorry to say. Our Netflix is down. Oh, HBO. Yeah, we've been going through like canceling subscriptions and everything.
Well, I got a new card, so I just let everything.
Yeah. Yep. Getting a new card in the mail was a perfect opportunity to be like, we just won't update the info, and whatever we were subscribed to, we just won't resubscribe to it until we feel like using it. It turns out the only things I watch online are YouTube and Bob's Burgers on Hulu. So, hey Sarah, how's it going? We're making a dragon. Is it heirs of the dragon? Ooh. Fafnir was a dwarf that was consumed by his own greed and turned into a dragon who guarded the Mount of Gold. Siegfried was a son of Odin who slew Fafnir, got covered in his blood, and became a Norse hero. Well, hot dog. Being consumed by greed. Love Bob's Burgers, right? Oh, and Futurama. I love Futurama. All right, y'all. Well, this is looking pretty decent so far. I think I'm ready to move on to one of the other heads. So I'm going to set this over yonder to let it set up. I'm going to do one last looky-loo because now's the time to touch it up if it needs it. Oh, do they really have a new movie? We're still pretty behind on Bob's Burgers. They've got a new season out that includes my night show, so I'll put on old episodes. That way I don't feel bad just falling asleep. But it's how I sleep train myself. That way it doesn't matter what hotel room we're in or what. I can always... I barely make it through the theme song. It is nice to see the horns attached, right? And with the first layer of ridges. What up, baby? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, is it cheaper for us to just buy Bob's Burgers and Futurama than to keep paying for Hulu? Gotcha. Well, I can do without, baby.
Can get a bundle package
Uh-huh.
where we get HBO and Hulu and Disney Plus for cheaper than what I was paying before.
Well,
So,
the thing is I just don't know if we need to spend that money at all.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go set this one over there. Do 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 Oh, 18 minutes? Okay. I don't know if I'll be starting another dragon head tonight. But I do want to show you guys what we've been doing. So that's this one so far. So you can see how this has, I filled in that area there. We've added in a little bit of texturing and some, ridges down the nose line. Maybe. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. And so this is one I'm going to be filling in these areas here. Ooh, Sarah says I have a cab to bake. I did the chainmail and clay yesterday. Oh, you'll have to let me know how that goes. And then this one will be filling in some stuff. But I want to show you guys what I've got in mind for these. Hey, y'all. So looking forward to how you decorate them. Same. And y'all, I was having stress dreams because for like weeks y'all were there with us. We were doing all this work and everything, and I didn't know. I kept failing. We had to make the gazelle horn mold like thrice. And I'm just like feeling all this pressure from within about wasting product, and it was and so to finally be getting progress made on the dragon heads has me so happy. Like, I cannot tell you guys what a relief it is. So the way that this is going to go on, let me get my situation. Thank you, baby. I like to get my hair twisted up one through each side.
What's that?
Randy says that's the way he does it, and that way it's poking through here and here. But that just keeps it from being in the way, and I figure if I've got it, I may as well use it to hold my dragon headdress on. I love the green one too, Empress. Thank you for saying so. That makes my day. Thank you, Sarah. All right, so that's how it's looking in the back. So we will have filled in around in here. I gotta hydrate. I freaking love this. Okay, so this one I made in 2019 and it never sold, and I was not like ever very satisfied with it. And I had made some other foam horns that had like scales on them, but they were separate and they sold, and then it just kind of looked sad by itself. So we've got some feathers on the way, and I've got some from my chickens too because they're molting. But there's going to be like a little feather trim like right here. You're not going to be able to see that. But once we put all the freeform air and stuff in, we're going to be coming through furry alert. I'm not a furry, maybe. It's called a Therian. Thank you. No, I just like making stuff. But this way, Wendy,
Yeah.
will you bring me some scale mail?
I don't have any red.
I didn't have to be red, just a silver one, just to get the idea. But in that way, this counterbalances. Ah! Oh, Michelle, I'm so glad that you like it. But it's going to be like all set in there. Dress. Ah! Oh, I love it. Ah! So just pretend like that's like black scale mail or red or something. Like it's gonna be cool. Like Thank you, honey. Oh, do you know? Oh man, y'all, I was having stress dreams. This is so satisfying, to be actually getting something done. But yeah, by the power of hot glue, this is going to be jammed up in there. And then it's going to be filled in with like feathers. And I didn't know if I wanted to do some like tulle. So I did some like little sample pieces. And I think I'd rather do feathers, but this might be cool to do on a different, more like airy. Yeah, it didn't really, wasn't getting me where I was going.
The big problem with it is we're going to have to revamp how we do.
Yeah, Randy's saying the big problem, one of the big problems, is we're going to have to upgrade how we display them. And so this is going to be, we have not tested this. I should have tested this prior, but here we are. Fuck. You know what we do? Can you come be the wall? Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How about cooking something up with me? I was opening the wrong side. So we'll have this attached to, I don't know why I'm yelling. We'll have this attached to our grid wall. So that'll be stabilized. It'll work. It'll be perfect. Everything's fine. What do you think? Because that's not really going to work, is it?
It's not really going to work.
Well, shoot.
Do we beef these up to make them bigger?
Now, we did do the thing with the pucks, if you recall, that we were able to clamp the cork heads to. We may just have to do that.
Okay.
Furry alert! No scaly. But yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how it's gonna get displayed. But I'm so excited about these, you guys. And before we go, let me show you the ones that we've made in the past 2 years, because they were freaking cool. Like, I liked them a bunch. But yeah, so we would just have this clamped to it. And then it just wears on the head like that. And then if anybody wants to display one, that when they buy one, we'll give them the link to the cork heads. And they can just, it's like $20 for a cork head. They can get whatever size and color they want. And that way they can display it in their own home. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, that might be the way to do it.
Glass head on a shelf, yeah. So it's because, there we go. Okay. Make a half dome around the spiral, one that fits on the inside of the helmet part, like encase the wire that plugs into your wall. Maybe. Because we could use the casting foam that we have once we've casted all the heads and horns. Bodega. Hey Teresa. She said, you just popped up. I watched you years ago when you did polymer clay. You've come a long way. Your work is awesome. What an imagination. Love your work. Oh, well, thank you. We actually just released another polymer clay tutorial this past Thursday. So we're still playing with polymer clay. And I think we'll be having another one coming up because I've got to sculpt some more mushrooms. So we'll probably do another tutorial just because it's always evolving the way that we make things. Yeah, Brooke says very easy to add foam balls or something else for them to sit on the stand.
I don't see that.
It was Laura Dykus had said like encase the wire that plugs into your wall.
There it is. Okay.
You found it?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Vlandis says I write fantasy, and that's cool. That's so cool. I'd love to hear more about that. All you need to add is a foam ball in there. Okay. So it's the type of glitz and glamour women need. Scale mail and epic level headdresses. Yes. 100%. Blonde, if you are cultivating your own chicken feathers, stick in salt for a couple of weeks to kill the mites. All birds have mites. If you don't kill the mites, they will destroy your other feathers. Ah, that's really good to know. Will sticking it in the freezer work? Asking for a friend. I don't have chicken feathers in my freezer. That'd be weird. We'll stick them in salt. Do you have to be completely submerged in salt? We're going to need to buy more salt. Actually, I have salt for it. We'll use the non-iodized stuff. Does it need to be iodized? Hawk! Okay. I absolutely love this, but it is a dreadful dragon. Is it a dreadful dragon? I don't know, maybe. Okay. No freezer. Okay, just salt. He got a salted bones. Okay, so these are, I'm going to show you. Ignore the be right back. It's our kick, thing. So this one was, super basic. This is whenever we were using the Crazy Bones skull base, and I just, sprayed this thing with Plastidip. But then this one right here, I don't think I can zoom in, but we stuck, is that how you meant about covering it in beads? Because I don't think that's exactly the same, but we used the freeform air, and then we put a bunch of beads in it, and I think it looks really cool personally. But oh, and they glow, which is my favorite. So, and then this one, oh, the mushrooms and the crystals all have, that's what our next tutorial is going to be on, actually, is using, just like this past Thursday's tutorial where we did the glow clay on the back of the cabochon. Well, next week it's going to be on crystals. Lava. I love this one so much. Oh, and the chick who bought it, that was the very first dragon head that we sold at DragonCon, and I can't remember the lady's name, but she's the coolest. So yeah, his eye holes were kind of powerful, but sometimes it happens. Kinda, it's more like a peyote stitch type pattern. Oh, okay. This one was one of my favorites. This one didn't even make it to DragonCon. We sold it before. What's up, baby? Oh, okay. But, oh, and I love those big old labradorites. Oh, and then the Luna Moth glows too. I wonder if the glow pattern's going to come up next. Like and subscribe if you like stuff. That's it glowing. And we cast the teeth out of resin so they glow too. It's my favorite. Yeah, that's the mushroom and crystal one glowing. We used the blue cos clay on the backs of the crystals and then the green for the mushrooms. And I love it. And then that's magma glowing under a black light. That's my absolute favorite. Again, eye holes are a little powerful, but that's all right. This is actually the one that I used the horns on. And then this is it glowing in the dark after we turned the black light off. I love it. Look at that cheeky bastard. And then, oh, that's the purpley one with the glowing Luna Moth. So all year, anytime whenever I cast something out of resin or anything like that, if I have extra resin mixed up, I'll go ahead and pour things, and that way we're ready for dragon sculpting season. Because I'll just save all the weird little resin components and different things, and then we'll start. Ooh, I love this one. This was our very first 4. Look at him. Oh, I love it with that big old honking crystal on his schnoz. So yeah, but you can see we've really increased the way that we've intensified the helmet part, and that way we're hoping that it has a better balance on the head. Well, yeah, I appreciate you, but there's no pressure to buy stuff. Yeah, I just love it. He was so derpy. I loved that one. Oh, this one is really cool too. It's my first time using Rivoli beads for the eyes. But yeah, so that's That's just a taste of it. So this is what they look like now, but we put layers and layers and layers onto this, you guys. And this is how steam started. This is steam under a black light.
And that's the green one.
This is the green one that's right there. Oh, I loved Four Eyes. Literally Four Eyes. I think I'm gonna do another one like that this year. I'm so glad we got video of how they look because I forgot. Like, I forgot how they looked. And I was like, well, it's pretty cool. Okay, I guess I can do this. Like, I can be brave. So, but yeah. Y'all have any questions before we head out for the day? I can't wait for these to be decorated. Michelle, I can't wait. They all have names. They do, yeah. But I'm excited to be creating art and to be coming back around to feeling creative and stuff again, and not just stressed about the business and, you know, everything, because sometimes something has to burn down for it to regrow. So, okay, thank you, Hawk. I appreciate that, because I've got a big old. These are all the feathers that they've molted, all the nice, like, big, beefy ones that they've molted in, like, the past couple, like, 2 days. And I haven't even gone and done the evening cleanup. But, so, yeah, if I just filled, I'll be looking forward to that email from you, because I want to get these treated so that I can use them. Because we ordered some more feathers, but they're goose feathers. So, but no, I think it's gonna be pretty cool, you guys. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I've had an absolute blast. We've made some real progress on that dragon head over yonder, and I'll see y'all in our Monday shop update video, and then we'll be posting like shorts and TikToks and stuff. Whatever we post to one social media platform, we post to all of them. So don't feel like you have to go hunt us down anywhere. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and primarily here on YouTube. And then we'll have another tutorial for you next week. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. And another live stream on Friday. I liked this 4 to 7 time slot. Like that, I was able to get everything else done today that I needed to get done, as well as 2 hours out in the garden. I think this is manageable. We'll see what next week Vaughn thinks. So Brandy's just over there like, he's just on the roller coaster. He's just along for the ride. He's going, woo! So bye, you guys. Thank you so much again for hanging out. Happy crafting. Mwah. Bye. Where's the button? Okay, bye-bye. And then we click the button.